You are not failing to manifest the life of your dreams. You are simply watching the wrong movie. What if I told you that your personal energy field is projecting a reality on a constant loop, and that you hold the power to change the film reel, using nothing more than sound? In the time we have together, I'm going to hand you the operating manual for this holographic projector you call an aura. We will decode the vibrational secret that both ancient wisdom and modern science now confirm. A secret that allows you to stop wishing and start projecting the very reality you came here to live. So many of us carry a silent frustration. We follow the rules of manifestation. We think positive thoughts. We create vision boards. We repeat affirmations until our voice is hoarse. And yet, the reality that unfolds before us often feels like a pale echo of the one we hold in our hearts. Does this feel familiar? The feeling of shouting your desires at a silent screen only to see the same old movie play out day after day. Here lies the great misunderstanding of our creative power. We have been taught to focus all our energy on the screen, on the external world. We try to rearrange the shadows, to argue with the characters, to demand a different plot. But we are in the wrong room. The source of the story is not on the screen. It is within. I want you to imagine just for a moment that your inner world is a projection room, a quiet, sacred space. And in this room is a powerful holographic projector. This projector is your aura, your personal energy field. It is always on, always running. The film it plays is your dominant vibration, the sum total of your beliefs, your emotions, your deepest assumptions about yourself and the world. And the screen? The screen is your life. It is the world you perceive, the people you meet, the circumstances you encounter. The screen has no will of its own. It cannot create images. It can only, and with perfect, unwavering fidelity, reflect the film that is being played through the projector. You do not attract what you want, you project what you are. This is not merely a beautiful metaphor. It is a description of the very mechanism of perception. Consider this from the perspective of modern neuroscience. Every second, your senses are bombarded with millions of bits of information. The light, the sounds, the textures of the infinite universe are all available. And yet, your conscious mind processes only a tiny, minuscule fraction of it. What decides which fraction gets through? What is the filter that selects your specific reality from the infinite field of potential realities? It is your vibrational state. Your energy field acts as a sophisticated filtering system. It is programmed by your beliefs and emotions to allow in only the data that matches its dominant frequency. If your internal film is one of struggle and scarcity, your brain's filtering mechanism will literally be blind to the evidence of ease and abundance that surrounds you. It's not that the opportunities aren't there, it's that your projector isn't calibrated to even register them. This is why true change never comes from wrestling with the outside world. It comes from returning to the quiet of the projection room. It comes from having the courage to stop shouting at the screen and instead to gently, deliberately change the film. So, what is this projector? In ancient traditions, it was called the aura, the luminous body. In modern science, we might call it a bioenergetic field. But let's move beyond labels and look at its function. Imagine your body is surrounded by a dynamic, flowing field of energy, shaped like a torus, a donut with energy constantly flowing from the top, through your center, and out the bottom, looping back around. This is not a static, colorful cloud. It is a living, breathing system of information. It is the very lens through which you project your reality. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, every belief you hold dear, is encoded into this field. It is a living record of your inner state. When you feel love, gratitude, and joy, The light passing through the lens of your projector is clear, coherent, and brilliant. The film you project is vibrant, beautiful, and sharp. But when you feel fear, resentment, or doubt, it is like smudges of dust and oil appearing on the lens. The light that passes through becomes distorted, dim, and chaotic. The film you project onto the screen of your life becomes blurry, confusing, and filled with shadows. The problem is never the light itself, the pure potential of consciousness, but the state of the lens through which it must pass. This is not spiritual fantasy. This is measurable physics. The HeartMath Institute, a pioneering research organization, has discovered that the human heart generates a powerful electromagnetic field that is thousands of times stronger than the field generated by the brain. It is a field that can be measured several feet away from the body. And here is the secret. This field is not just random energy. It carries information. Specifically, it carries the information of your emotional state. When you experience positive emotions like compassion and appreciation, your heart rhythm becomes smooth and ordered, a state they call coherence. This coherent signal is broadcast into your energy field, creating a powerful, stable, and ordered projection. This is the vibrational signature that aligns with health, clarity, and synchronicity. When you experience stress and negative emotions, your heart rhythm becomes jagged and disordered, or incoherent. This chaotic signal creates a weak, disorganized, and unstable projection. This is the signature of confusion, struggle, and dis-ease. Your vibe is not a metaphor. It is a measurable electromagnetic reality that you are broadcasting every second of every day. And this modern discovery is, in truth, an ancient remembering. The great Hermetic teachings, summarized in the Kybalion, are built upon a single foundational truth, the principle of vibration. It states, nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates. The ancient sages did not see a world of solid objects. They saw a universe of infinite dancing frequencies, a cosmic orchestra. Within this orchestra, your energy field is your personal instrument. The emotions you cultivate determine the music you play. So, if our energy field is a projector, powered by the music of our heart, how exactly is the image formed? What is the physics that connects our inner energetic song to the solid, tangible events of our outer world? The mechanism of this grand projection is a law of the universe as fundamental as gravity, yet understood by so few. It is the law of resonance. Here is a simple truth: like attracts like. But this is not a New Age affirmation. It is a principle of physics. Consider two tuning forks, engineered to the exact same frequency. If you place them in a room and strike one, a fascinating thing happens. The second tuning fork, untouched by any physical force, will begin to hum with the same note, vibrating in perfect sympathy. It has caught the frequency from the air. You are the first tuning fork. Your energy field is constantly vibrating at a specific, dominant frequency, the one dictated by your emotional home, your core beliefs. The universe, in its infinite potential, contains every other possible tuning fork. The frequency of joy, of abundance, of clarity, of love, of struggle, of confusion. They all exist, silently, waiting for a resonant signal. When you hold the unwavering frequency of gratitude within your being, the universe does not decide to give you things to be grateful for. Rather, the tuning fork of gratitude in the external world has no choice but to begin vibrating. It is drawn into your experience through the law of resonance. The people, the ideas, the opportunities that match that frequency are activated. They appear in your life seemingly by magic. These moments of magic we call synchronicity are nothing but the universe echoing your song back to you. They are the audible proof that your signal has been received, that your projection is being rendered. This phenomenon is known in physics as entrainment. It was first discovered in the 17th century by a Dutch scientist named Christian Huygens. He noticed that two pendulum clocks, hung on the same wall, would eventually synchronize their swings perfectly, no matter how they started. The more powerful, dominant rhythm will always entrain the weaker one. Your energy field is a dominant rhythm. It is constantly attempting to entrain the quantum soup of reality around you, to coax the chaos of infinite potential into a rhythm that matches your own. This is not about fighting or forcing reality. It is about becoming such a powerful and coherent source of a chosen frequency that reality itself begins to harmonize with you. And this process is not just happening out there. It is happening inside your own mind. Your brain contains a remarkable network of neurons known as the reticular activating system, or RAS. Think of the RAS as the gatekeeper to your conscious awareness. It is the bouncer at the velvet rope of your perception. You give this bouncer a guest list. That guest list is your dominant feeling state, your vibration. If you cultivate a feeling of inner peace, you are handing your RAS a list that says, "Only let in the evidence of peace." Your brain will then actively scan your environment and highlight every reason to feel peaceful, the way the light hits the trees, a kind word from a stranger, the warmth of your breath. If you are tuned to a frequency of anxiety, you hand the bouncer a list that says, "Show me everything I have to fear." Your brain will dutifully filter your reality to present you with every potential threat, every negative news story, every reason to worry. The world doesn't change. Your filter does. Your projection does. So, if resonance is the law that governs the projection, and our vibration is the signal that commands it, how do we consciously, deliberately, and powerfully change our signal? How do we become the master tuning fork of our own lives? To consciously change the signal and select a new film for our projector, we turn to a tool more direct, ancient, and powerful than any other. We turn to the tool of sound. We have been conditioned to think of sound as a secondary experience, something we simply hear, an effect. But the deepest spiritual traditions and the most advanced modern physics agree. Sound is not an effect. Sound is a cause. It is a primal, creative, architectural force. There is a mesmerizing science that proves this beyond all doubt. It is called cymatics. The word comes from the Greek root chyma, meaning wave. Cymatics is the study of visible sound, and to witness it is to witness the architecture of creation itself. Imagine a simple metal plate upon which rests a thin layer of sand, a landscape of pure, formless chaos. Now, through this plate, we introduce a single, pure sound frequency. What happens next is a miracle of physics. The formless chaos vanishes. The grains of sand, as if guided by an invisible, intelligent hand, leap into life. They instantly arrange themselves into breathtaking patterns of sublime order and geometric perfection. Mandalas, hexagons, intricate crystalline forms that look like flowers and galaxies. You are not just seeing the effect of sound, you are witnessing the raw, organizing power of vibration. This was the life's work of Dr. Hans Jenny, a Swiss physician who dedicated himself to making this power visible. He demonstrated irrefutably that frequency creates form. And this is not some forgotten science. Today, researchers like John Stuart Reid use cymatics to decode the healing properties in the sounds of dolphins and to measure the resonant frequencies inside the king's chamber of the Great Pyramid, confirming that these ancient structures were built with a masterful understanding of sound's power. And here, we must pause and let this truth sink in. If a single pure frequency can command lifeless grains of sand to organize themselves into a pattern of sacred beauty, What magnificent symphony can an intentional frequency create in the living water of your body and in the quantum field of your life? Our ancestors knew this. They felt this truth in their bones. The Greek mystic Pythagoras spoke of the music of the spheres, the cosmic harmony produced by the planets in their orbits. The creation myths of countless cultures, from the Vedic hymns to the Gospel of John, begin not with light, but with sound. In the beginning was the Word. The Word was not a statement. It was a vibration. Think of the great Gothic cathedrals, with their soaring arches and resonant stone vaults. Consider the ancient temples and pyramids engineered with acoustic precision. These were not merely shelters for worship. They were vibrational machines. They were monumental tuning forks designed to generate specific coherent frequencies that would elevate the consciousness and calibrate the energy field of anyone who entered. They were built for entrainment on a mass scale. The evidence is clear, from the modern laboratory to the ancient temple. Sound is not passive. It is the architect's pen. It is the sculptor's chisel. It is the primal language that shapes our energy field, which in turn projects our reality. The question, then, is no longer if we can use sound to change our reality. The only question that remains is, which frequencies will we choose to use? The universe of sound is a vast and sacred library, and within it are frequencies that act as master keys, forged in the very mathematics of creation itself. These are known as the Solfeggio frequencies. These are not merely pleasant tones. They are sonic archetypes, ancient tuning forks that resonate with specific aspects of the human experience. There is a frequency for transformation and miracles, 528 Hz, believed to repair our very DNA. There is a frequency for clearing traumatic experiences and facilitating change, 417 Hz. Each one is a universal key available to all, capable of unlocking specific energetic doors within your being. Listening to these frequencies is like sitting within a resonant temple, allowing its coherent architecture to gently realign the chaotic energies within you. It is a powerful act of receiving, of allowing yourself to be tuned. But alongside these universal keys, you possess something even more potent. You possess the ability to forge your own personal, unique key. This key is your voice, infused with your intention. This is the power of the mantra and the affirmation. And here we arrive at a crucial distinction. Listening to a solfeggio frequency is like being bathed in the light of a healing sun. Intoning your own mantra is to become the sun itself. One is an act of receiving calibration. The other is an act of becoming the source of calibration. A Japanese researcher, Dr. Masaru Emoto, spent his life performing a simple, profound experiment. He would expose water to different vibrational influences, words, music, thoughts, and then freeze it, examining the crystalline structures that formed. Water exposed to words like love and gratitude formed beautiful, intricate, snowflake-like crystals. Water exposed to negative, hateful language formed distorted, chaotic, and unpleasant shapes. And whether you view his work as rigorous science or as a profound visual poem, the underlying truth remains unshakable. Vibration structures matter. Now, consider this. You are over 70% water. Every cell in your body is a tiny, crystalline vessel of water. Listening. What words are you speaking to the water of your own soul? This is the true purpose of an affirmation. It is not meant to shout down the voice of doubt in your conscious mind. That is a battle you will rarely win. Its purpose is far more subtle and far more powerful. An affirmation, repeated with feeling, is designed to create a new, persistent background hum. It is a vibrational drone that, over time, begins to overwrite the static of the subconscious mind. It is not about convincing your mind. It is about retuning your water, recalibrating your field, one gentle vibration at a time. You are using the creative power of the word to structure your own inner world, turning the chaotic waters of doubt into a crystalline structure of knowing. So now we have the keys, the universal keys of the Solfeggio and the personal key of our own voice. We understand the principle: vibration shapes our field, and our field projects our reality. But simply holding a key is not enough to open a door. There is an art to turning it. There is a final inner shift that activates the full power of these frequencies, transforming sound from a pleasant experience into the very engine of creation. What is that final sacred step? And so we arrive at the pivot point, the single crucial shift in understanding that changes everything. For years, we have been taught the language of attraction, to pull our desires toward us from a distant universe. But this very language contains a hidden trap. To attract something implies that you are here, and your desire is over there. It creates a subtle, constant awareness of separation. It reinforces the very feeling of lack that you are trying to overcome. The act of attracting, of pulling, of striving, is a vibrational statement to the universe that you do not yet have it. And the universe, in its infinite and impersonal wisdom, can only agree with you and reflect back the reality of not having. This is the holographic revelation. The great secret is that you are not here to attract anything. You are here to project everything. You are not a magnet, hoping to catch a piece of metal from across the room. You are a projector, and the universe is your screen. The act of creation is not an act of pulling, but an act of radiating. It is a process of generating a new reality from within, and then watching with wonder as the world of form and shadow rearranges itself to match your new broadcast. The frustration you have felt is the friction of running a film of doubt while trying to paint a picture of certainty on the screen. The exhaustion comes from trying to project a film of scarcity while shouting affirmations of abundance at your reflection. The inner conflict, the dissonance between what you are vibrating and what you are wanting, is the source of all struggle. Mastery, then, is not about becoming better at attracting. It is about becoming a more conscious and coherent projectionist. It is to finally understand that you are the source of the movie, not just a character within it. You stop begging the screen to change. You stop analyzing the plot for clues. You simply turn inward, return to the quiet of the projection room, and choose a new film. This is the true purpose of the tools we have discussed. The healing sound of the solfeggio, the intentional vibration of your own mantra. These are not tools for asking the universe for a different reality. They are the calibration instruments for the projector. They clean the lens. They select the film. They turn up the brightness of the lamp. They tune your entire being to the frequency of the reality you wish to experience. And once you are broadcasting that signal with coherence, with feeling, and with inner knowing, the law of resonance takes care of everything else. You no longer chase. You no longer struggle. You simply become, and you allow the world to reflect your becoming. The film of the life you desire was never outside of you. It was always there, spooled and ready, waiting in the archives of your soul. The sound is simply the light that allows you to finally see it. Theory is where the journey begins, but practice is where the transformation occurs. I want to offer you now a simple yet profoundly powerful ritual, a way to step into your own projection room each day and consciously choose the film. I call this the 0-point vibrational calibration. It takes only 5 minutes. First, find a place where you can sit undisturbed. Close your eyes. Begin by taking 3 deep, slow breaths. With each exhale, feel the static of the day begin to dissolve. Now for the first step, silencing the projector. For 1 minute, simply listen to the silence. Imagine the low, constant hum of that old movie projector, the projector of your worries, your to-do lists, your past stories beginning to slow down. Hear it click, 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 until it falls into complete, perfect stillness. This is your 0 point. It is not empty. It is the space of all potential. The blank canvas. The clean slate. Rest here for a moment. Now for the second step. Inserting the film. For the next 3 minutes, you will choose one single word that represents the reality you wish to project. Do not choose a sentence. Choose the core frequency. Perhaps it is clarity, or abundance, or peace, or love. Hold this word in your mind, and now begin to give it voice. You are not going to shout it. You are going to intone it. A soft, gentle hum giving sound to the word. Peace. Feel the vibration of it in your chest, in your throat. This is not a performance. This is a physical act of tuning. As you make the sound, know this with every cell of your being. You are not asking for peace. You are announcing that you are peace. You are not begging for clarity. You are activating the clarity that already exists within you. Feel the truth of the word as you feel its vibration. Finally, the third step, turning on the lamp. For the last minute, stop the sound. Sit in the ringing silence. Feel the echo of your words still vibrating in your energy field. Now bring your awareness to the center of your chest, to your heart space. Imagine a brilliant, warm light like a sun igniting there. This light is your consciousness. It now shines through the film of the word you just created. And as it does, it projects that reality, that frequency, in 360 degrees, out into the space around you. See and feel your entire energy field, your aura, being filled with the light of this word. You are no longer asking. You are broadcasting. You have become the source. Hold this feeling for as long as you can, and then gently open your eyes. So, remember this. Your energy field is the projector. Your feeling state, your vibration, is the film. And the universe, in all its magnificent neutrality, is the screen. You did not come here to be a passive member of the audience, watching a rerun of your past, or a story written by someone else. You are the director, you are the screenwriter, and you are the star of your own cinematic masterpiece. The power to change the scene has always been, and will always be, in your hands. There is a line of sacred text, known to so many, that says, "In the beginning was the Word." Perhaps the secret has been hiding in plain sight all along. Perhaps the word was never something to be merely spoken, but something to be felt, to be embodied, to be vibrated. Perhaps it is the internal song that precedes all creation. And so, I leave you with one simple question. What film will you choose to project when you awaken tomorrow? I invite you to declare it. Let us know in the comments below the one word you chose for your film today. By writing it, by sharing it, you anchor that frequency into this physical reality.